18.
18. Okay.
Yeah. And howdy, everybody. Welcome to Word Review number 87. Today we're doing Deuteronomy again, chapters 21 and 28. Howdy, Landon. Howdy, Matt. Oh, did you mute yourself?
I thought you said hey, Lynn. That's what
Howdy.
Yeah. See, howdy, Lynn. Howdy, Brenda. Whoever else may be hiding there hasn't said anything yet. That is. How was your guys' week?
Yeah.
I know how Matt's was. That. Okay. If you don't got a Bible, KingJamesBibleOnline.org. You can use the one you have now in today's society or the 1611 Bible, BlueLetterBible.org, multiple translations, eSword.net, multiple translations, but the King James is free to download to your stuff. BibleHub.com, all kinds of tools there, plus Bibles and that. BibleStudyTools.com, Idaho Bible, if you want to read that. And if you're coming out of Babylon, go to c2kreport.com. Next free classes start in December. So like about a month, I think, from this coming Monday. Oh, yeah, howdy, GR. GR made it. That's good. Is that anything we need to pray about that you guys want to pray about?
Man, I'd appreciate it if there's something wrong with this house, dude. I don't mean like it's haunted. I don't know. It's just weird that they've gutted the apartments. And I don't know. I moved here to live around people, and I don't know.
Okay.
Godly people. I've asked God for that, and then right after I asked him for that, they ripped all the cabinets out of the apartments, and so now it's big. It's just I don't know. It's weird, man.
Cool. All right. Well, let's pray in.
All right. Talk to you later.
Heavenly Father, thank you very much for giving us this time today to come together for fellowship and to delve into your written word that you have left us. We're very grateful for that. We ask for your spirit of knowledge and discernment as we go over the word you've left with these instructions and guidances that are still valid through all time and eternity. We ask a special blessing. We ask you to put up hedges around, remove any sort of interferences, any sort of influences that may be in the building Landon's apartment is in, and just bind those and make it appear nesty to your followers, to your people, and let them come in. Let there be some company there for them. We also want to thank you for the progress going on in the hurricane relief zones and ask that we get up the shelters for those that are still not having a good, safe place to live, especially as it's cooling down. And basically just thank you for everything. Bless you in Jesus Yeshua's name. Amen. Okay. 18. Deuteronomy 21.
All right. If any in the land that the Lord your God is giving you to possess, someone is found slain, lying in the open country, and it is not known who killed him, then your elders and your judges shall come out, and they shall measure the distance to the surrounding cities. And the elders of the city that is nearest to the slain man shall take a heifer that has never been worked, that has not pulled in a yoke. And the elder of that city shall bring the heifer down to the valley with running water, which is neither plowed nor sown, and shall break the heifer's neck there in the valley. Then the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come forward, for the Lord your God has chosen them to minister to him and to bless in the name of the Lord. and by their word every dispute and every assault shall be settled. And all the elders of the city nearest to the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer whose neck was broken in the valley, and they shall testify, our hands did not shed this blood, nor did our eyes see it shed, except atonement, O Lord, for your people Israel, whom you have redeemed, and do not set the guilt of innocent blood in the midst of your people Israel, so that their blood guilt be atoned for. So you shall purge the guilt of innocent blood from your midst, when you do what is right in the sight of the Lord. When you go out to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God gives them into your hand, and you take them captive, and you see among the captives a beautiful woman, and you desire to take her to be your wife, and you shall bring her home to your house. She shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall take off the clothes in which she was captured, and shall remain in your house and lament her father and her mother a full month. After that, you may go into her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. But if you no longer delight in her, you shall let her go where she wants. But you shall not sell her for money, nor shall you treat her as a slave, since you have humiliated her. If a man has two wives, the one loved and the other unloved, and both the loved and the unloved have borne him children, and if the firstborn son belongs to the unloved, then on the day when he assigns his positions as an inheritance to his sons, he may not treat the son of the loved as the firstborn in preference to the son of the unloved, who is the firstborn. But he shall acknowledge the firstborn, the son of the unloved, by giving him a double portion of all that he has, for he is the first fruits of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. Do you want me to read 18 too? Sorry. If a man has a stubborn and rebellious son who will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and though they discipline him, will not listen to them,
Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him in that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God has given thee for an inheritance. 22 of Deuteronomy. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek it out, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner thou shalt do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of thy brothers, which he has lost, thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young. But thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest prolong thy days. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, and thou thou bring not blood upon thine house. If any man fall from thence, thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown in the fruit of the vineyard be defiled. Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. If any man take a wife, and go in unto her, and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate.
And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he hath given occasion of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of the city shall take that man and chastise him, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife, and he may not put her away all his days. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. If a damsel that is virgin be betrothed unto her husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man rises against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so this matter. For he found her in the field, and betrothed the damsel, cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold of her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all of his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt.
Alrighty. I'll say that again. That. Yeah. Let's go back over to 21 and have a talk about this. That very interesting. So
Yeah.
this is kind of the same now, right? If they find a body out in the middle of nowhere, they measure to the closest municipality or closest authority, closest settlement, I guess.
Right. Well, no, I mean, if it's especially foul play, it'd be felony. It goes directly to sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yep. Same as it ever was.
But hang on. So, I mean, I'm just because I found the killing of the heifer kind of interesting. You know,
Okay.
Tony atoning for innocent blood. But how do they know it's innocent? Like that, I don't. That's where I'm like, what if he was a bad dude?
Right. Well, I think because if he was a bad dude, from all the other laws we've covered, he should have been brought forth and accused of one or two witnesses at least,
Yeah.
and then it would be known. And I can see it would be perhaps maybe he was a wicked person and there was one witness against him, and then they just took matters into their own hand. But then if they take matters into their own hand, they're breaking the law.
Then you got to go to a sanctuary city.
Yep. Yeah, we're doing away with those. Okay. Anyways. All right. But yeah, that interesting. And it's the way I'm seeing it is that it is kind of like a sin offering at that spot to cleanse the land of something potentially evil that happened right there. But I could be wrong.
Blood cries out from the ground.
Yep. And this also, the premise here is innocent until proven guilty. So, I mean, if it's just find a body out there, who was it?
Right.
It could have been Hitler. No, I don't know that. That. Anyways, let's see here. Okay, then we get into the interesting section, 10 through 14. And you and I were talking about this before we started here, Landon.
Right.
Right? The marrying a female captive. So if you take women captive, right? So often we have to kill all the males, but then you can take the women and children captive. And that, and you see a beautiful woman and desire her that she would be your wife. Then she has to bring her to your house, and then you shave her head and pare her nails. And I'm just kind of thinking, and you and I were sort of talking about this earlier. It's sort of like people that are enemies of those that choose God have chosen this time period to go ahead and shave their own hair off, shave their own head. I was thinking, man, people could go to their nearest town. Like if somebody, their nearest town where there's a population of shaved head women, and pick one out, take her captive, get her back to your house, get the old hoof clompers out that you use on the sheep, trim her nails, pare her nails, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. There could be an opportunity for somebody out there. I'm just saying that they did away with their own blue or purple hair.
Yeah.
If you don't mind tattoos and 3-inch gauges in the ear, then you're got some potential, maybe. GR. Okay. I better get off that before I go too far. Okay. Let's see. Inheritance rights of the firstborn. This is a pretty heavy thing here, man. And notice this is post Joseph, post Jacob having Joseph get the double blessing through his sons, through Joseph's sons.
Well,
go ahead.
No,
Nope.
I was okay. So, but I was thinking about Abraham whenever when I was reading that. Like, wouldn't that have Ishmael was his first son, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I just
Him also.
mhm.
If we're going to talk technicalities, that, and it was, doesn't that there was, I guess, exceptions you could say to the rule, that because he had always been told that Sarah would be the one bearing the child of the promise.
Maybe it's because it wasn't his wife. I don't,
Something like that. But they got Ishmael was hugely blessed anyways. That's why we got all the Arab nations now.
Yeah.
What? How dare you speak that?
House is made of gold, bro. They got tigers and stuff. I want to ride around with a lion in my car. Like, dude, that would be awesome.
Right. That would be pretty cool. Especially if it was like mouth open, like a dog with its tongue hanging in the wind. No, that's what I just said, GR. That he was hugely blessed. But I think God gave him the blessing because he had the 12 sons and 12 tribes. And now, what do you think about this rebellious son?
Juvenile court was different back in the day.
I don't think it's juvenile.
No, it's not. I was joking, but
No, I get it, but that is because
I wonder if
at what age do you become? Do people tend to get gluttonous and drunkard? They're a little older. Typically.
Well, my I've seen it in some of my siblings. Between the ages of like 24 through, and I think I'd lasted till I was like 30. But because and I'm wondering if it was any different back then, because they matured, they had to mature much faster. Like, you're expected to go to war pretty early, but I don't know. It still kind of speaks to honoring your mother and your father, even whenever you think you've grown.
Well, I remember, I don't know, one of those dumb movies. Can't remember which one. Old one that's popular that plays like every year. And there's a son that lives in the house who's like 21 or 22 or something. And his dad asks him, "What are you guys doing tonight? What are you and your friends doing tonight?" "Oh, we're going to go over to so-and-so's, and probably have some gin or something like that." And his dad's like, "No, you're not." He's like, "Oh, come on, Dad." And his dad says, "Not one drop." And, that just goes to show that was, even with Hollyweird, that was, back in the 40s or something like that. And we had a whole different view of honoring our mother and father back then.
Right. Yes, but also still very stupid at 20.
Who you calling stupid? Yeah. So bring your child up for stoning. People do it. And then of course we got the whole thing, a man hanged on a tree is cursed. And that's what, is it Paul talking about that? I think makes reference to this scripture, in that Jesus Christ, Yeshua Messiah, became the curse for us by being hanged on a tree. I'm sure someone will post it in the chat. Okay, what do we got here? Let's go to 22. Best caliber out there. Okay. So the first first 5 verses, first 4 verses, talking about if you get, anything you find of your brothers, you got to return it to them. If you don't know what it is. You don't know who your brother is. You don't know whose sheep it is. Donkey. This awesome jackhammer I found laying on the roadside.
My grandfather used to stop on there's a very long bridge that goes to New Orleans because it has to go over the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
He used to pull over just to find, it's like, there's 3-foot chain right there.
Yep. Did he do the spray paint the roadkill on the way into town?
No, but he would stop for a hammer or a screwdriver while people were doing 70 past him.
Yeah. Yep. I know people. I used to know someone, still know them, but they used to stop anytime they saw a hat in the road and pick it up. They had quite the hat collection.
That is someone stole my company hat with sweat stains that I had just washed and had it sitting on my car to dry. And went out the next morning, it was gone. I'm like, who does that? So it's fine. Whatever. It's just a weird thing.
I don't know. It's really going to make you curious when you see the neighbor's dog wearing it, barking at you. Slow down, Matt. We can't keep up. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. Then we get into women and men wearing things that belong to the opposite sex. It's an abomination. And look how much that's been in media. And I don't mean now. I mean, look at how they thought it was so funny back in like doing movies, even back in the 1920s and 30s. You know, where people were being chased by someone, a man was being chased by someone, so they'd put on a dress. That's a good question. Did a raccoon get your hat?
No, but I bet it did be a cool raccoon if he did.
Okay. So what's this, all you bird raisers? If a bird's nest chance to be before you in any way, in the way, in any tree or on the ground, they have young ones with the dam sitting upon it. You shall not take the dam with the young. So you got to let the mom go. Right? That's the same place we get the word dam. Dam. I have to inject you guys with some coffee. Yeah.
No, I just don't. I don't.
Yep.
Man, stop.
We got some construction laws here. When you build a new house, you have to make a battlement for your roof.
I get that one.
Jackson. Wait, okay, so I was a little confused on that one though. Like just because I didn't know what that word meant.
So like the
Like
go
railing.
ahead, Matt.
It's basically like railing around the edge of your roof.
Oh, so nobody. Yeah, that's right. So nobody falls off in innocent blood. I got you. Okay.
Yep. No, that's the way they used to do all the adobe houses out here. And then in summer at night, they would sleep on their roof. It's all nice and cool. Nice breeze.
Seems like it'd be really cold out there.
It does get cold sometimes. It's probably cold where Matt is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it below freezing?
It has been, yeah, at night.
Yep. Don't hook up well, we got the diverse seeds here. Now, what do you all think that is? Do you think that is planting watermelon next to tomato plants? Or is that genetically modified stuff? What do you think that is? Diverse seed.
Yeah, I think it's just changing the genetics of it, because you can grow stuff right next to each other and it doesn't like change it. It's if I grow strawberries next to my banana peppers, they don't blend. You know, just my opinion.
Yep, that is true. Yeah, it's interesting because I was just learning about abiotic plants. There are certain plants that you can't plant anything next to because it kills everything else. Black walnut or walnut trees is
Mm-hmm.
one. Matt was telling me about those. A lot of the stuff I've been struggling with. And then I find out eucalyptus is another. We've got a big eucalyptus tree in the backyard. So, oh, that's killing everything. Maybe it's time to get rid of that. Since it's half dead anyways. What else do we got? Ox and an ass, you don't yoke them together. Two different animals, two different speeds, two different temperaments.
GMO. I'm sorry, just one quick. GMO changes regular stuff, right? Like the organic. Yeah, so that'd be your two different seeds. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Also, too, you can't trust USDA organic.
No, it's
and that you got to go by one of the private label organics where they're serious about it.
Honestly, Jonathan, I don't even wash off my vegetables. It's fine. I don't.
Hey, this house has a vegetable cleaner. And then what else? Don't wear a garment of diverse sorts. Now, does that mean cotton polyester blends?
I think so, but that's so confusing.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And here again, we got the fringes on the quarters of your garment, your vesture. But it doesn't say why here. And then the rest of the chapter of 22 is, here they title it sexual immorality, but talking about taking a wife that's not a virgin.
So reading through this, I'm guessing there was like a bit of a ritual of like once you took the virginity, you gave the proof back to the parents.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Or actually, I think, I don't know if it is in the law, but I think tradition has it that the bride's parents provide the honeymoon suite.
Mm-hmm.
So they would naturally have all that stuff anyways.
Okay. Well, the Greeks, and I know it's a totally different culture, but they watched the documentary on ancient marriage ceremonies, but the whole family after the party and everything, they'd kind of bring the bride and groom to their suite. And then they stand outside cheering the entire time. It's got to be a lot of pressure waiting for them to be, and then they bring the proof, out to them after they've completed. But yeah, I guess that would be more if they provide the suite, the house, they've got everything.
Like they hear the door open and everyone's standing there looking. That's we've gotten away from that in the West.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
I can't come forward with an audience. Okay. Very interesting though. If he gets busted lying about this, he gets chastised. So that's what. Let's look that up. It's probably going to be like flogged. Yep, literally with blows.
I'd probably hit somebody too if they called my daughter a hoe.
Yeah, it'll upset you. Let me tell you. It's one good thing if you got a bunch of sons first. You can put it off on them.
Well, what I find interesting is if it be found to be true, then you're supposed to take her out and stone her till till she dies.
If she wasn't a virgin.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a pretty severe thing. Apparently, to not be a virgin.
What a lie about it.
Yeah.
It was probably it just wasn't stoning serious. I get what you.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yep, and then it goes into if she's engaged, right, or betrothed. Same thing. If she's voluntarily doing that and gets caught, both of the man and the woman, right, get punished.
Yeah.
But then if she's raped, he gets stoned.
Mm.
But then if she's not betrothed, the dad, the father, gets 50, it says shekels here, but it's just 50 pieces, I think, of silver. And she's going to be his wife, and he can never divorce her. He can never put her away. Right? Because remember when we studied that earlier, that if you got a problem with your wife, you can put her away and give her a bill of divorcement. Yeah, I was thinking that too, April. Yeah, I think it's the lying is the reason she got stoned. Not necessarily that she lost that virginity. I don't know. There isn't anything that I recall in the Bible about what's your body count. Yeah. And then the last verse, man. Man shall not take his father's wife. I would hope not. Nor discover his father's skirt. And who was that did that to Jacob? Simeon?
Is it him? Oh. Wait. I'm tripping.
I don't know.
No, I thought it was.
Reuben. Yeah, was Reuben. Thank you, slow typer.
Probably just lagging.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, and women did used to remarry back then. I would hope they didn't. Okay, guys, got anything else for 21 or 22? Okay, I'll take that as a no. That is good. So remember, everybody, if you're coming out of Babylon, next class is starting December, c2kreport.com for the free classes on how and all the stuff you got to do. And, well, it's just, it's a lot to learn, but there's a lot of people to help. It really is. That, at any rate, everybody, thank you very much for coming today. Thanks for reading, Landon. Thanks for reading, Matt. Appreciate it.
Yep.
And everybody, enjoy this wonderful day of rest. Love you all. Bye. Bye. Oh, you got to press the button over on this side.